and welcome to episode 3 of my Need for Speed Carbon Let's Play, and where in this segment we are now going to continue sweeping up our territories. However, because I have already done 2 parts of this using the Chevrolet Camaro, I think what I am going to do next is do one more with the Chevy, and then I think for the other 2 territories I'll move on to another car, just because I want to make sure that I do this in a way that keeps it interesting. And whilst I could do each of these races in order, I want to at least keep them in order of their territorial gains. So really we're just going to move on to this next one here, which is controlled by Black Hearts on Waterfront Road. And if we win this, we will unlock metallic paint. So before I waste any more of your time, and just want to check and see that I still have Neville. Yes, I do have Neville. I could also hire Sal for one of these if I wanted to, but to be honest, I'm not really ready for that yet. So we're just going to stick with Neville for now and get on with our next race. So far, experience-wise, I would say this game has been pretty laid back compared to Need for Speed Most Wanted. Like, I'm not having to think as much about how to win, because I know if my crew member wins for me, then, well, that also counts. And whilst I know some of you would prefer to see me competing for the win, sometimes it can be considered good, and we've got 2 Alfa Romeo Breras in this race. Anyway, as I was saying, it can be considered a good thing knowing that you're not having to put quite as much pressure on yourself in certain races. And whilst I do, of course, still want to show that caught me out again. I thought for sure we were continuing on the underpass. I will have to make sure I don't keep falling for that. I'm probably not the only one who's fallen for that, but anyway. It's at least nice to know that as long as your crew member wins, you technically also win, which means you basically get the cash. And unless one of the rival crews challenges you in territory that you've already conquered, then a lot of the time it does provide a nice bit of breathing space. Because it means that you're technically still winning result-wise, even if you're not necessarily winning on track all the time.
That was easy. Is that the best they can do out here?
And now we have got metallic paint available to us. And here's how the race finished, as Team Ponycar once again scores another 1-2, as I won in the end by 1.76 seconds precisely over Neville. Then we had Hawk finishing 3rd in the first Alfa Romeo, and then Mallory was 4th in the second Alfa Romeo. Top speed in the end of 151 and an average speed of 99. Neville had a top speed of 142 with an average of 96. Then Hawk had 133 with an average of 91. And Mallory had a top speed of 138 with an average of 86 miles an hour. And these are our stage times. And that's the end of this race. As I slammed into the fence. Anyway. Another one bites the dust. And now let's get on with our speed trap race, where we will unlock the Tier 1 suspension street package if we win. I know we're only really getting a bonus of 200 credits for now, but at the very least, we are still winning, so that's pretty much all that matters. As long as my crew is still winning, that technically means I am still winning. That's pretty much the point with these race war things, I think is what they're called. And still not quite managing to nail the launch yet. Although, I have established that because these races so far have been pretty easy to pull off. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Neville. I did try to dodge you, though. That wasn't intentional. I wasn't meaning to hit your ass. And now I'm up top with a top speed of 193. Or total speed of 193, I should say. And Neville is now ahead with a top speed of 194. So just up ahead of me. Can I get 130? 132, yes I can. Kind of had to downshift and lift there to get through the corner. And now I am down to... Oh wait, Neville's down to third. I'm still leading. Should probably also use the speed breaker just in case. You know, just so I'm not scrubbing off too much speed. 101, that's fine. I am glad to say that Neville is at least keeping up with me. And it is going to be 2 for 2 for Team Pony Car in Territory 3. And I have now unlocked Speed Freak among the reward cards as well as the Tier 1 suspension. So, I win by 42 total miles an hour over Neville, Gatewood third, and Ferrara fourth, with a total speed of just 240. God damn, that is slow. Anyway, these are our stats. My best overall speed in the end was 132 with an average of 109. Total speed in the end being 544. Neville's overall top speed was 502 with an average of 100 and a best speed trap speed of 116. Then Gatewood was third with an average speed trap speed of 96 and a best of 112. And at the back, Ferrara had a best speed trap of 121 and an average speed trap of 48. Jesus Christ, that is slow compared to the rest of us. And these are our stages. Oh, he didn't even make the finish. Well, that probably explains why he was so slow. It's honestly no wonder. Anyway, another victory for Team Pony Car as we continue to press forwards. And as a result of us now conquering our third bit of territory in Campton, we've now unlocked the Tier 1 engine package as well. Nice.
I am out of here. Catch up with you later.
Okay. And now we've just got one more race to do in part 3 of our territory. And then I think after this, I might consider getting myself another car just to keep it interesting. And if we win this race, we will unlock the Supercharger Street package on Dover Street. So far, so good. Let's just hope we can keep this up. Also, just as a word of reference, I am actually using a foam filter now, and I'm not getting the perfect launch at all for this. But again, because these races so far have been pretty easy for the most part, I would say we're doing alright for now. And already I'm up to second. All it took was the chicane to get through, and I used the donut stand. Even though, because we're still racing at the moment, that doesn't really matter. Neville now moves to the... Neville now... Oh, sorry Neville. I didn't know you were there. So Dallas currently leads ahead of myself and Neville. And Hector is also keeping up with us at the moment, so it would seem as though we're jockeying for position at the present time. I don't necessarily need to use Neville just yet, because I'm not really in any real danger, from what I can see. And Neville now moves back up to second. I get the feeling that says this race is probably going to be easily won the way things are looking. And I hit the fence, but that's okay because we are both now well clear of our main rivals Dallas and Hector in the rival Camaro and 300C. I almost hit that median there.
He's closing in.
That would have been pretty painful. And Neville now takes over the lead.
Behind you, watch him.
And Dallas is closing in again. Okay, I'll use Neville now.
Yeah. They're coming after you.
Kind of had to time it there just to make sure I was not going to be in any real danger. But thankfully Neville did do enough to block him out the way. And now we have got the clear advantage up front. Hector is currently still behind us, but is not really posing a threat. And there is also cops in the vicinity, so we might have to do another pursuit
You've got room, lots of room now.
as soon as this is done, potentially, I imagine. And yep, there's a cop up ahead of us. We're probably going to get spotted either way, but no matter. I can get rid of them. I should have seen that one coming, considering there was a cop on our GPS behind us.
Even the heat blocks your muscle car.
Okay. Oh, shit, okay. Oh, sorry, Neville. And yep, this cop is pushing me. And just in case, I'll do that. Need to knock over... Oh, damn it, I missed. To be honest, I was a bit... squirrely with the handling there anyway, but... I at least got it back again. Fuck you.
Great run!
Okay, and we have now got the Tier 1 Supercharger now available to us. So that's pretty much all of the races now done, and now what we got to do is lose the feds. So this is how we finished, as I won in the end by less than half a second over Neville. Dallas finished third, and then it was Hector in fourth. At least Neville is able to keep these races close, and Neville had the highest top speed of 161 with an average of 103, as did Dallas. Although technically speaking our opponents were nowhere near us. And lap time wise, I think I probably had the best with a 153.7. Yep, I definitely had the best overall lap time. But anyway, the rival Camaro and Chrysler 300C posed no challenge to Pony Car in this race. However, who does pose a challenge to us are the feds, and we need to get rid of these bastards before they bust us.
Alright, hey, let's split up and lose these cops, okay, man? Later.
You got it, Neville. I should be able to get rid of them just as soon as I find the pursuit breaker. And we're now into heat level 2, which means there are probably going to be backups coming into play. Okay, just gonna take a left, because that's where the pursuit breaker is. Okay, thankfully I don't miss those. Okay, need a cooldown spot somewhere.
Officers on the pursuit call. Suspect vehicle was last seen heading southbound. Containment is to include immediate area and everything west of his last known direction of travel. Wait out for further info.
Okay, I'm gonna wait here.
Dispatch, this is 2-4. I'm with 2 other units. Estimate 3 minutes to establish... Charlie 2-4, we got a vehicle that matches the description. We'll update once I run him through the system.
And all that took was half a minute for me to flee the cops, and I only had 1 infraction in that whole pursuit. Well, anyway. I think that was probably a little bit too
All units,
easy.
you can clear this call and return to patrol. Quadrant is cancelled.
Okay, so that's now the cops away from us, and that is now ultimately part 3 of the Campton territory now conquered. So I think what we're going to do now is head back to the safe house and probably save the game, as we've now done 8 races, is it, that we've now done? Yes, it is 8. So we've got another 6 races to do here. And before we do anything else, I need to go back and save the game. I also really want to get another car, so I'm not necessarily attracting too much heat for my Camaro. So we're going to save the game now, and we'll go back to look at what reward card things we got, because I figured that might as well be what we do. I noticed earlier we got the Speed Freak achievement, so this is something I probably need to check. Maybe see where it is. Oh, I get it now. It was for hitting 130 in the speed trap. Okay, fair enough. And the other one I think was for the pursuit breaker. Well, anyway, progress is progress, and we're still moving forwards. So, that will do it for episode 3 of Need for Speed Carbon. If you enjoyed and want to see more, you know the drill. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and we will see you again next time for more Need for Speed Carbon.